try again. Oh, come on. Okay. Just want to see, is it on? Is it on? Am I on? Oh, g'day everyone. Welcome to Xrissart. Thank you for joining me. And I'm also joined by Joana from CoffeeCat. Hello, Joana. How are you going? Hello, everyone. Let me just, so I don't echo. Here we go. All right. Okay, can I just say hello to everyone? Hi, and of course, first you say hello, Joana. Oh, hang on. I just want to make sure that we can hear you. Hang on a sec. Oh, here we go. I think we've got to start again. I think this is it. Okay. Is sound now okay? Hang on, let's go again. Say hello, Joana.
Okay.
Are we okay? I think so.
Hello again. Now that's awkward. Now I have to introduce myself again.
All right. Okay. All right. So first of all, I just wanted to say hello to Sergio, Nolani, Wendy and Janice. Thank you so much for moderating. Chandri, hello. Cherry, hello. Okay. Let me see. All right. Okay. Let me see. I just want to make sure that your sound is on, Joana. They can barely hear you. Can you talk again?
I can't do anything on my sound.
No,
but,
I'm doing it.
Yeah, I can talk a bit more if you want, but I don't know what to
All
say.
right.
Now I'm.
Okay, wonderful. I just wanted to make sure that Sergio, okay, I said Chandri, Anne, hello, Vicky, hello, Rob, hello, Will, hello. Okay, all right.
Very good, very good. I already have my famous nose itch thing. I don't know what it is. Whenever I'm streaming live, my nose starts itching. So I think we're live.
Okay. This is something which I think I'd like to do, and like to have our friends come on to the live stream, and we can share our stories, which I think is really lovely. And Joana has so much to show us and to talk about, and I have a lot of questions, but you are welcome to ask Joana any questions, so long as it's not about work, because work can be a bit boring, but everything else is okay. So what I'll do now is I'll switch to Joana's drawing area, and Joana can talk to us about what she's doing. So just give me a moment and I'll switch her over.
It's a good idea. I wanted to open a few other files.
Did you want me to? Okay, I'll wait until
let me just not show my directory. That's probably a good idea.
Yeah, I know. You tell me when you're ready and I'll flick you over. How about that? Okay. And of course, I've finished one of my other projects and I need to finish this one. And this project that I'm doing was a project that Wendy and I were doing together. Of course, Wendy's finished hers. I'm still going with mine. And this is my Leap of Faith Window of Opportunity painting, which is a piece which I'm attached to. And I'm using pastel pencils and pan pastels. So you let me know when you're ready, Joana.
Yeah,
are you ready now?
I think it's opening, and I think I'm about ready. So
all right.
I'll just. I think it's fine.
G'day Heidi, hello, and Clara, hello, welcome to the stream.
Everyone.
Okay.
So I'm looking to the side. It's because that's where my monitor is, so I can see all your questions too.
All right, okay, I'll flick you over. Okay, let me see. Okay, here we go. Wonderful.
yeah. So this is just the one that I'm going to draw on today. I will also turn off my lights so we don't have the reflection on. So this is the one I'm going to draw on today, and yeah, I just wanted to do something similar to a piece that I've done before, which is this one. I think the people who were in Chrissy's um, Facebook group stream weekend know this one because I've been working on that one at that time. So that's that one, and just a few other pieces I have. It's just my style is a bit all over the place. So yeah, so I'm just having a few here that I've done recently, or not even recently. Like some of these are already like a year old. It's like this year has gone so quickly, and I'm like, what happened? What happened? Yeah.
So amazing, so amazing. So if anyone has got questions, just maybe just do like at CoffeeCat, so Joanna can see your questions, but I'll ask some questions first of all. And my first question to you is, when did you start painting and drawing?
I think it's very similar to what a lot of people experience. Like I've been drawing essentially since I can hold a pen, kind of thing. Like I've always been into drawing and painting. I was always like, when in German we have a word that's pretty negative when it comes to people who spend a lot of time indoors, and I feel like that was me, and it prepared me for this year. So I've been the person that's always at home at the desk drawing things. And yeah, I started when I was little, as soon as I was able to. I never had like a lot of like different materials. It was usually just color pencil, maybe markers, but nothing fancy. So that's the extent of what I had when I was little, but it was enough. It was enough. I remember when I was in kindergarten, we still had this paper that was just for, what was it, like for printing. It had like the holes on the side, and it would just like go on and on and on, and it was like you could just like rip one paper off after the other. And my friend and I, we would make it into a book and then just keep drawing like an endless world of things, and we just keep adding to it. It was like a massive folder. I think it was like this big at the end. So
Wow.
that much paper of just, and like we had to like use the tape so that it wouldn't rip where it's supposed to be ripping. So yeah, that was one of the bigger things that I made when I was little. But yeah, for every adult at one point you have to get rid of stuff, so it eventually ended up in the paper bin.
I was about to say, did you keep it all? Or,
No. And like once I finished school, like I moved so much every year, like once, that I just had to go minimalistic.
Okay. I just realised I'm not recording, so I'm going to record.
Oh no!
Yeah,
oh, no.
Here we go. That's okay. I've got it now.
Good.
That's wonderful. Okay, Heidi says, Chrissy, can we see CoffeeCat rather than just her art, or maybe see both?
Yeah.
We introduced Joanna first up, and I flicked her on. We didn't set it up this time this way, but we will get to see Joanna again during the stream. Yeah, we
can get there like later again. That's definitely a possibility. So I don't just want to like. It's probably a good idea anyway to have a bit of talking time too.
Okay. Here's another question. Have you tried, because you're working digital art, people would like to see or like to know perhaps, have you tried traditional art methods?
Yes.
Apart from when you were little, when you were talking about when you were little.
I've always had like a strong interest in digital art, like going in the, like once I knew about it, I always felt that it was really nice. So of course I've used traditional art before, and it was mostly colored pencils. And then it's like one thing that really like required me to go traditional was when I first When I first came to Japan, I just really stopped drawing, and I didn't draw for like 4 years or something. And because my job wouldn't allow, because I just didn't have enough time. And once I changed jobs, I was like, I have free time now. I can do things. So I started very gradually. I got like a new pencil and like blue pencils and red pencils, and then I got some colored pencils, and then I started working with Copic markers because I'm in Japan, and when you're in Japan, Copic markers are only half the price they are in the rest of the world. So, so I had the very fortunate thing that a store near my workplace was actually selling Copic markers, and I would just stop there on the way home, like on the way to the train, and just buy Copic markers. And that's essentially that's been my method for the longest time until I then got a tablet. Like I used to do Inktober traditionally, but right now, like I haven't used them in so long that I'm just not I'm just not confident in line art anymore. Like on paper, it's so unnerving. Oh, and I did do, when I was in high school in America, I was fortunate that I had a drawing class that had like pastels and charcoal and everything. So I used some of those mediums back then, but not recently.
So have you got something that you can show us?
Yeah.
Yeah, could you do that for us?
Yeah, I can do that. Wait, I have to sure not to knock over my tea, and I have to turn on my light again. So
yeah. Yeah. And whilst you're doing that, Rob has a question for you. Do you record what you draw through your through the device?
No, I don't. I usually don't. I only ever record when I'm streaming, and sometimes I forget to download it from Twitch. So I usually don't. I usually don't record. I'm just not that kind of person. I just don't. So
Okay.
here's some of the. That's like the last time I drew anything like digital, traditional, and this is from like 2015.
And what medium is that you've got
That's
there?
fine liner and Copic markers. So that's just, let me see. I don't have anything. I have like another sketchbook. Like I really like working on really big sketchbooks. So this is like, I don't know, it's like A3
Okay.
or something. And I just really like the colors. But the thing is, like, the more Copic markers you have, the more you need,
Oh, yeah.
because you need to get all the colors and you want to get like more and more and more, just so you don't have to, make compromises on the colors. So yeah, I don't know. I think
Oh,
that's
look at
about
that.
it.
So is this manga?
Yeah.
It
This is
is.
mostly fan art because I was just really into drawing Sailor Moon and video game characters and everything. So this is all just inspired by anime and manga, because that's just who I am. So
Because that's your style. That's definitely your
yeah.
style. Can I also say hello to old veteran homie? Hello, and I wanted to say hello to Gabriella and who else did I see? I saw someone else. And Jean. Hello, Jean. And I did say hello to John. Yep, I've said hello to all of those. Yeah. Okay, another question.
Yeah. Okay, then I'll take that away.
Okay, what inspired you to use digital media for your art projects?
Pooh. I think at first it was my friends in high school who started using digital art, and I was like, that looks amazing, and it looks so clean and nice, and but I never really had the opportunity to do anything like that. But then I went to America, which was just very life-changing in that way, because they had a digital art lab. So I had the chance to do digital art in school. And
Which is
that is like,
cool.
yeah. And that's like, at that point, that was not a thing that was offered in Germany at all. So that was, I jumped on that. I definitely jumped on that. And then, from there you have people who are interested in the same thing, and then you get access to more like programs and stuff like that. So you just learn and you find things. And the internet was just starting back then, so it's not like today where you have like a lot of choice. So
Yes.
you had like one program or two maybe, and not everything was good. So yeah, that's how I just got in. And like in the beginning, I did draw like just with a mouse,
With a
which was
mouse.
which was really hard. But actually, I have to tell, because my first digital art, the first ever digital art I did was in MS Paint when I was like
MS Paint.
10. Yeah, like Windows Paint, like the
Oh,
original
oh
MS Paint.
yes. Oh, okay, I've got you. Yeah, I know now.
And I was very little, and my dad had a PC, and we would draw just tiny creatures together. Like I was very into the Loch Ness monster back then, so my
Oh,
dad would show me like how to draw little shapes and make the Loch Ness monster out of it. And I would just like copy the shapes, and then um like just change the color, put a bow on it or something. So very, very simple stuff. But yeah, I've always been very much interested in digital art. It's not something that just came out of nowhere. I think I had like a Mac, like the first Mac my family had, and there were like shapes you could draw in there, and it was always like there was nothing fancy. I only had a mouse, but there was still like I still had the desire to draw something digitally.
I mean, it's so cool how you choose all your brushes. Heidi asks, Chrissy, CoffeeCat, question for both of you. Of all the art you've done, what is the best piece you've ever done? Your favourite? I do have a favourite, but Joanna, you go ahead first.
So I'm always happy if I don't hate anything I made in the past. So I don't have a favorite.
Okay.
I don't have a favorite. I always like, oh yeah, like the images I showed, the traditional ones. I'm like, this is from 5 years ago, and I'm still fine with those. So I'm like, that's good.
Well, that's a very good answer, actually. And yes, I mean, I've got a lot of ones which I like, but I think my most epic piece, and it's something that tested my, it just tested my boundaries in every way possible, was my Element Realms fantasy painting. It is the biggest I've ever done. I learnt so many techniques on that. I was nervous most of the time because I was doing things that I hadn't done before. And then when it started to come all together, I was just emotional. And no one saw me get emotional, but I was emotional. Well, I'm a sook. I'm a sook anyway, okay, you can imagine, so it got even worse. And so that would have to be my most...
Epic.
Yes, I would call it epic, but there are lots that I like, but that is the one that if someone was to ask me like Heidi has, that would be the one. Yeah, for sure. And thank you, Wendy. Wendy has put your Twitch address in the
Thanks
chat.
very much, Wendy.
Yeah, for people. And of course, I've put Joanna's social media sites in the description box below, like her Instagram and Facebook. So if you're all interested, go ahead and pop in and say, hello and all of that. G'day, Susie. Hello, how you going?
Hello.
And Steve, hello, how you going? Nice to see
Susie.
you. Yes. Okay, another question. Oh, here, Sergio says, Chrissy, Joanna, I need a print of that Sailor, what is it, Sailor Saturn? Please explain.
Saturn. Yeah, that was this one.
Oh, okay.
So yeah. It's super old, Sergio. It's from 4 years ago. See, it's like, it says, you probably can't see it.
Oh.
Like, 2016.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I was still able to hold a non-digital pen at that time.
There you go. There you go.
I'm so bad at that now.
I don't know about that, but
oh, it's horrible. It's like I tried it last year. I wanted to do like one Inktober thing, and I just gave up. Like after one image, I was just like, nope, not happening.
Right. Well, you know what? I like how you on your screen, how you move your screen, like you with your hand, and you can enlarge it. And
yeah,
that's. I mean, there's a few artists here who do digital artwork. Like I know Ane does. I know that Will has. I'm not quite sure who else.
I think Sneaks does it too.
Yes, Sneaks, and I said that.
I think.
Yeah, so really interesting how you enlarge and select your brushes. And so that column there on the left-hand side, could you talk about what's going on there when you select brushes?
Left-hand side, this one, right?
Yes, all of those. So what do you do?
Yeah, this is just like the standard brushes. I don't usually download a lot of things, and I rarely change the settings. I just work with what I get usually. So I just have like the very basic brush right now, which is just opaque color and no overlay, nothing. But when I start shading later, I'm just putting down the base shadows right now. But when I start shading later, I'll go take the airbrush and then I'll make the soft shadows come out more, and then I'll blend in together how I want it. And like round things have soft shadows, and like sharper shadows, like they get a different treatment. So I'm just putting those wherever I see fit for what I want to do. And that's the good thing about digital art, is like I'm just doing general shadows. If I want to have like really impressive lighting, I'll just do that later. I don't care.
Well, you know, erasing is not a problem, is it?
No, it really isn't. And the thing is, like, it's not even so much erasing. It's just like you take the color, you pick up the color you're already on, and then you just draw over it again. You will never run out of ink, and you'll never run out of you know,
and
space to put ink.
And the pen that you're holding, can you talk about your pen? What is that?
Yeah, it's just a standard pen that comes with the tablet that I'm using. So I'm using a Wacom tablet. It's a computer, so it's not just the screen tablet, it's a whole computer in the thing. It costs a lot of money, but I also thought that this was like the best thing I've ever purchased. Just because it's so much fun. Like the feeling of drawing is so nice on this one. And drawing on the screen, of course, helps. Like if you have a tablet where you can't draw on the screen, it's a bit more difficult. But this one just feels very, very nice overall, which is not a given. And the pen is just, I never use the buttons that I have here. I just don't. So, but I think the more interesting thing is this one.
Okay.
This is a remote control.
Okay.
And every button has a different tool that I can select. So it has like the trigger button, which is just the color picker. So I just press the trigger button and
it moves on the side. I can see things are moving on the side there.
Yeah. So and then I have my the wheel in the middle is just increasing and decreasing the brush size. So I think it's easier if I can just use a different brush. Let me see. So when I have this one now, this is one that only does like one. Oops. Wrong color. It's like one size, and then I just increase the brush with the wheel, and then the size changes. And I have like an undo and redo button at the top, so I can just undo everything as much as I want.
That's pretty cool. I like that. Let me see. Let me go. Oh, g'day Tammy. Hello. Cherry has a question. Cherry says, a question from a very ignorant person, but what is that program?
The program is Clip Studio Paint. I used to use Photoshop, but I usually only use that for image editing at this point, so not so much for drawing. and also because I can only use this remote with the program, so I don't have to have a separate keyboard. And Photoshop's just a bit slow right now, so on all computers for everyone, and I'm just not used to it anymore. So
So what was that called again?
Clip Studio Paint.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are there a lot of, I mean, I know Photoshop, but are there a lot of, there must be a lot of software out there for this kind of thing.
Yes, definitely. And there's just so much. The good thing is there's a lot of free programs right now, so you don't even have to pay for them anymore. But of course, it's always a matter of quality, like what features you want. And like I chose this one specifically because I'm making comics, and this program has like comic making features that make the whole work process a lot easier. So I can just do like, I think the easiest is just like, if I want to put a speech bubble here, I can just put a speech bubble here and then I'm done. So it's very, very easy. And then I can just like, do the text and then say, hi, everyone.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's so cool.
And of course it's backwards now because and I can't type because my keyboard is in Japanese.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Yeah.
Clever girl. Okay. A few more questions. Okay. Sergio says, Chrissy, Joanna, how does the pen feel after a good couple of hours of work? Has it got a nice grip?
Yes, it is. So it's not like when you have an iPad, for example. I think that's what most people are familiar with, and you have the Apple Pencil and you just draw directly on glass. It's very strange. You have like plastic on glass. It's not a good feeling. But that's just something that these tablets, like the Wacom tablet in particular, just do so well. It doesn't feel like that. It does not feel like you're drawing on glass because this is edge glass and it just feels very natural. It's like one of the best things about this. It's so nice. Like I do love the Apple Pencil with a screen protector, which is really nice, and you can hear it more. It's smoother than that, but overall, like the feeling is very, very good. Like I had no problem getting used to that.
So the Wacom tablet, I know that the Huion is also very good, but I know that the Wacom tablet is like the Rolls Royce of tablets, correct?
Yes, pretty much. They have the longest experience. I mean, they invented the pen that does not need charging. Like that's a Wacom patent. So they invented the pen, essentially. They invented the digital pen, and that's just the thing.
Okay. Cece has a question. Joanna, how do you find yourself getting into the digital art world? I'll say all the questions and then you can answer each one. How well did you transform from pen and paper? What kind of hiccups did you find along the way, along that transition to digital? So we'll start with the first one. How did you find yourself getting into the digital art world? And I think we touched on that a little bit.
Yeah, it was mostly just my friends did it and I wanted to do it too.
Yeah.
just very short, and then I had the opportunity. I've always been interested in computers and stuff like that, so that was very natural for me to just start at some point.
Okay, so that sort of answers the second question. How well did you transform from pen to paper?
Yeah, it was
from pen and paper. Sorry, from pen and paper.
Yeah, I think it was in the beginning. Of course, I didn't like. You always start with, or a lot of people I knew at that time, they started. You still do the line art on paper, and then you color in digital. That's what a lot of people went through when I started out, and that's how I did it as well. Like I was still drawing with pen and paper to doing my line art, and then just color first, because that's a bit easier. Coloring is a bit easier than getting like precise line art. So that's how that's essentially the big transition point. At this point, I do everything digitally, like everything. From sketching to like I can show, like I can just turn off all my layers here.
Yeah.
and this is my original sketch. And like, I'll make it a bit more visible. So this is the original sketch. I don't know, it's probably hard to see right now because it's very white.
Wow.
Sorry about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is just the original sketch, and then I put the line art on top. And then I usually do, let me make this a bit darker so it's easier to see. Then I put a base layer on the whole thing that I want to color. And then for every part, I have a different layer.
Mm-hmm.
And then because you have the masks in this program, the same as you have them in Photoshop, you can just tell the program to not go over the lines. Oh God,
Wow.
that's really hard to see now.
Jeez, I wish I had that programmed in my head. Don't go over the lines. That would be good.
Yeah. It's definitely a thing. Oh no, it's really hard to see right now. I should not have pulled that out.
And the next part, and the last part of that question is, what kind of hiccups did you find along that transition? Oh, sorry. What kind of hiccups did you find along that transition to digital?
For one, I think the difficult part is always finding a program first, and then learning it, and learning all the tricks to it. Oh my God, no. It's completely out of focus now.
It'll focus.
Oh, there. No. I don't know what it's doing. It was refocusing, and then let me try. Focus. See, that's one of the hiccups.
Okay. All right. We're getting there.
Yeah. Oh my God. Something happened. Let me put my hand back here. Are you gonna focus on my hand? Camera, do the thing.
That's all right. Well, what I'll do is, while it's focusing now. I just wanted to say hello to Gary as well. G'day, mate. How you going? Okay. A question. Let me see. Okay. And they says, the feeling when you have drawn digitally long time and then turn to traditional art, you make a mistake and your brain goes undo, right? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. It's like you do the thing. You try to zoom on a piece of paper and it's not working.
There you go. Okay. Janice says, Chrissy Joanna, can you get different pens, or are you stuck with the pen that comes with the tablet? It seems bigger than I would like.
You see, that's very interesting, because I use this one. Like, I'm used to the Wacom pen, and for me, it's pretty perfect, and it's not heavy. It's lighter than the Apple Pencil, which is smaller, and because of the shape it has, it moves very, very easily in between the fingers. So I think it's very different from what normal pens are like, but it is like that for a reason. For Wacom tablets, you can't get a different pen. I think you can get like a slimmer version as well, but the shape is almost the same. So because most tablets, the pens are preset. And getting, like, I think for some of the Galaxy tablets, like the Android tablets, you can get new ones now, different kinds of pens, but
so
most
can you
of
buy
them are preset.
Oh, I was about to say, can you buy presets? Can you, for the pen?
Yes, and you can. It always depends on the model. Like, some models have that and some don't.
Right.
I'm just really annoyed that my screen is so bright right now.
No, look, that's okay. No, we're cool. Sergio says, Chrissy, for both of you, and Joanna, how would you describe the creative process behind your artworks? You both revolve around building up a rather unique storyline with plenty of original characters. Okay, you go first, and that will lead me in for you to talk about what your project is as well. So,
okay.
Your creative process.
My creative process. I think it's usually very simple. It's just like, I have an idea and I just want to do it. And then I try to do it, and if it doesn't work, then I just give up.
Okay. All right.
But yeah.
It says, you both revolve around building up a rather unique storyline with plenty of original characters. For me, Sergio, you know, how do you describe the creative process behind your artwork?
Yeah.
You know what? It's all in my head.
Yeah.
And the ideas just come, and it's just a thought. And then I go looking for references, perhaps, or sometimes like I can see the picture in my head, and I'll just sketch a very, which I've done, certain characters, and I just sketch like, you know, like I'm at work sometimes and the character appears in my head, and then I, you know, make sure that my boss is not looking, and I just quickly draw it to make sure that it's there. So yeah, so, and once I've drawn it down, I just will not forget it. I don't understand how that happens. I forget what I ate yesterday, so I don't even understand how that process works for me. But anyway, It must be my brain. Okay.
Yeah. It's very, sometimes you have like pieces where you just can't let it go.
Yeah.
And that happens to me too. Like sometimes I get an idea and then I have to immediately bring it to a point where I can say, okay, I know now what this is and I can finish this tomorrow, even if it takes me until 2 a.m. to get it to that stage.
Oh, there you go. Wow, you're keen. Wow, that's fantastic. But, you know, I've been known to do things like that too, of course. And then it says, oh yes, how many times I've tried to pinch and zoom my coloured pencil drawing. Oh, that's so funny.
Absolutely.
And Wendy says, yes, it's so nice to be able to change your mind partway through instead of being stuck into what you started with. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Can you talk about what your current project is, please?
Oh, God. So not this one, because this one's just a thing that I made for today. This is just for today. I had a similar thing which I really liked, so I just thought, hey, let's try that again. I am currently working on a comic. I'm actually working on 2 comics, but I kind of have put one on hiatus now because I feel like more drawing the other thing. So I have a comic on Tapas, which is like a webcomic platform. And so I just try to get out episodes as quickly as I can, which is not quick at all.
So, Tapas, what is that? Please explain.
So it's like, I don't know, have you heard of the Webtoon platform? It's like it's essentially online comics, but they are made for mobile devices. So instead of making comics page by page, you actually create like a very, very long canvas that has the story written, told from top to bottom. Let me show you. I can probably find I don't want to show my directory, but that's okay.
No. Do you want me to swap?
No, it's fine. I think I can.
Yeah, I'll show you. There, people can see. Oh, sorry, they can see the back of your head. There we go. Say hello. Okay. There you go. Let me know when you've found it, and I'll flick you back on.
Yeah. So that's the. Yeah. Let me put this one out. Okay. Can go back. Yes. So this is just one part of the whole thing. It's just the canvas can't be any bigger, so that's what it looks like. It's very, very long. It's like 15,000 pixels long, and
it's just a bit blurry. So,
here
we go. Oh wow!
Yeah. So you just start, like, you have to imagine this on a phone screen. So you just keep scrolling to read the story.
Oh wow!
So that's just how this format works. It's like I think it's a Korean invention, because the Koreans, they were very fast with all the media on smartphones, and then you had like the comic culture from Japan as well. So it was very easy for them to transition from the regular pages you read to this kind of format, just to make it easier to draw on, to read comics on a phone. So it's really just like scroll.
Wow, that's incredible.
So, and it's quite different. Yeah. It's quite different to regular comics.
So do these characters have names?
They do. I don't know how much I can go into detail. This
Oh,
is
okay.
like actually, I can. I just don't like. I usually don't.
Oh, that's okay. No worries. That's okay. Let's have another question. Let me see.
Yeah.
Okay. Tammy says, Joanna, do you have to buy additional digital brushes, or do you just use the ones that come with your drawing program?
I usually only use the ones that come with the program. The good thing about Clip Studio is that there are people who just make brushes for you, like, and they're free. You can purchase some, of course. Like there are some people that purchase them, like they sell them, but I usually only use the free ones, and then you can get like cute things like this, for example. You can just
Oh,
have
wow.
like stuff like this, or like I think like one of the favorites is always the glitter brushes. Just like, of course it doesn't work now. Dum, like this. It's like
Oh,
stars,
oh my gosh! Look, there it is.
stars,
There.
and it's so nice because you can always do things like, let me see, um, sure, anything I used recently. Oh yeah, it's like this is all free stuff I got. It's like you have like chains and
Geez, that makes it so much easier for digital, doesn't it? Rather,
yeah.
as opposed to traditional.
Yes, absolutely. And
Yeah.
it's not a replacement. Like you always have to think like this program was specifically made for comics. So you have to draw the same thing over and over and over again. So this is
Gotcha.
just to make the process easier. This is not to cheat you out of anything. Of course you can if you want to,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
but it's mostly made to make the whole working process easier. So you don't have to draw everything over and over.
Right. Okay. Hello, Barbara. Welcome to the stream. Nice to see you here. Anais says, Joanna, what I love with digital is that there is no cleaning of brushes, etc. You can just get your drawing tablet and start painting no matter where you are. Oh my gosh. So
Yes.
true.
Yes. That was also like one of the big things why I didn't go into like more traditional art when I came to Japan or when I was in Japan, because I live in a very small place. I have no room to put art supplies. So I have all my art supplies in this one thing, which is for me, this is perfect
Yeah.
because it gives me everything that I need.
Yeah.
Like if I had a big studio, like I had a very small desk when I first started drawing on this. So it really helps having everything you need in one place. I don't have to store canvases. If I want a print, I can just go and print something. So, which is very, very important.
Very handy, isn't it?
Yes, yes. Absolutely.
Okay, I've got a. Has anyone else got any other questions? Because then I'm going to ask something. Nope. Have I asked everyone? Everyone's question? Okay, my question is, do you have a bucket list?
Actually, in terms of art, no. In terms,
Life?
in terms of art, it's like I really want to finish a project. Like illustrations in itself are not that big of a deal for me because it's a bit faster, I suppose, than it is for like traditional media. But I have like I would really like to finish the comic I'm working on.
Okay.
That's like a big thing because it's always difficult to find the time and then you lose interest. Like the other project I've been working on, I just put it aside because I have so many other ideas that I just don't have time to do all of it.
Well, I suppose what happens, that happens with traditional painting as well, that,
Yeah.
you're in the middle of one painting and you're already thinking of another one.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's how we end up getting like 3 or 4 projects on the run. Hello,
Yeah.
Chrissy. And that means I've got to finish all of them, which I'm doing. So,
Yes.
after this one, I've got another one to finish. But I've got about 2 on the run and 2 other projects which are on the run, which are okay. I don't mind having. But yes, but
Yeah.
is there anything like life experiences that you might want to try? Is there any more traveling when we can all start to travel again?
Yeah, when we can travel again, I definitely want to go to Korea. That's always been like on my list, and
Wow.
because Korea's close. Like Korea is a
Yeah.
weekend trip from here, so
What is it? What is it? How far?
I think it's like 2 hours by plane.
Oh my
It's super,
gosh.
super close. It's super
Oh,
close.
yeah.
So it's like I think people always compare it to going like to the south of Japan. It's the same as going to Korea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And so. Well, okay. Another question. Oh, here we go. A question from Heidi. Heidi says, very few people use pencil and paper for charts, notes, contracts, etc. Everything is on phones or computer. Do you think art will also end up to be mostly digital rather than traditional art?
No, I don't think so.
What? Why?
There is always room for all kinds of different art styles. I don't think the art industry has suffered from digital art. If anything, it's profited from it.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, because you can do a lot more now. Like people love pencil. People love the feeling of drawing on paper, and for a lot of these companies that do digital art programs, they are trying to mimic traditional art so much,
Okay.
like you have like the fresco from Adobe that is trying so hard to mimic watercolor flow, and that's all nice and good. You can do that, it looks great, but it's not the same feeling. So I don't think that digital will ever replace traditional ever, unless we run out of trees or something.
Well,
That might be a thing.
but that's very interesting how you say that. That's really interesting. That's a good question. Thank you, Heidi. That's really good.
Yeah.
Wendy
Thank you.
says, Wendy asks, Chrissy, you should just not start a new one until the old one is done. That way you have no issues with artwork sitting around taunting you to finish it. Yes, I know.
Yeah, Wendy, but the problem is if you hate, like, sometimes you just can't. You just have to let it sit and rest and do something else.
Well, that's
Very important.
Well, that's the excuse I'm going to be using from now. That's a very good one. And Sergio says, Chrissy. Oh, hi, Chrissy. My name is Sergio Marius Mann, and I am in the very same sinkhole of unfinished projects. There you go.
You can have a party down there.
Yeah, that's right. Had to make sure I said that right. Sergio Marius Mann. There you go. I like that. Nice name. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Now I've got another question for you. So how did you come to live in Japan, and what's it like living in Japan?
Ooh, that's a long story.
Okay. That's
So
right.
I've always I've been of the generation that grew up with anime and manga. So when that was like the big boom all over the world in the late 90s, and that was just like, oh yeah, that's really cool. It's obviously part of my art style now. So that's the kind of influence that it had on me. And how I actually came to be here was I studied Japanese and business management in university, and we had a 1 year exchange, and I really liked it. And then I was like, yeah, I kind of want to try that out a bit longer than a year. And now it's almost 11 years. Yeah, it should be 11 years in like 2 weeks or something.
Oh my goodness, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Wow,
So
that's
it's
so
been a
cool.
while.
Oh wow, that's so cool. That's so cool.
And as for what it's like here, it's very expensive.
Okay.
Like I live in a very small apartment. I live on like I live in a 1 room apartment with a kitchen and a bathroom essentially. And I pay like what some people pay for a house per month. So, but
Wow.
I have the luxury. I live in Tokyo, which is like the most international place you can live, like in the world, like one of them. And for me, it's great because people are very respectful. They can be not so nice, obviously. There's always black sheep everywhere.
Yes.
Um, you always, of course, you have the language barrier and everything. Um, that just comes from the fact that not a lot of Japanese people speak English still, even though it's gotten so much better since the Olympics were on or
Yeah.
supposed to be on,
Yeah.
because they put a lot of money into teaching Japanese people English.
Wow. Wow. And
And
do you speak Japanese? Obviously, it's a stupid question,
yeah,
but
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I've always worked in Japanese companies, so
Right.
I was usually like one of the very few people who in the company who was not Japanese.
Wow.
So I've always had to.
That's so interesting, isn't it? So you know 3 languages. How many languages do you speak?
I speak German, English, and Japanese.
Oh, that's so
I've
good.
I've learned a few more. Like I wasn't this. It's like I feel like this is like super not interesting. But it's like I'm from Eastern Germany, so I'm from the East. I grew up in like I remember when the wall came down. I was very tiny and very little, but yeah. So I'm
Wow.
from the old like the USSR part of Germany.
Wow, 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 this is wonderful. Okay, Sergi says, Chrissy and Joanna, some of your favourite anime manga titles. Now, I don't, I don't know any, so
Yeah.
that would be for you more so.
Yeah, which is interesting because I also don't know. Like I know the old stuff that was popular when I was little, but I don't watch TV. So
Are we talking like Marine Boy and Astro Boy and things like that? Are we
um
talking things like that? Because they were manga.
yeah, yeah, definitely. That was like the
Is
old the original manga.
Is that what you mean, Sergio? I'm pretty sure. Well, I used to watch those. Astro Boy,
Yeah.
like, Dr. Elephant, all of them. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that's
I think I've
actually,
watched some of those as well.
you know
Yeah.
what? That's actually showing my age.
Yeah,
Um,
mine mine too.
like the actual cartoon, the
Yeah,
actual one.
yeah.
I used to watch it when I was a little girl and I used to love it so much.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Absolutely. Like the original, like the Kimba the White Lion.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, g'day, Sneaks. Hello,
Hey,
Deb. How
Sneak.
you going? How you going?
We talked
Yes.
about you.
Yeah, we were talking about you. We were earlier, but anyway. I hope you're well, my dear. Okay. Wendy says. Okay, sorry. Wendy says, living in Japan is like living anywhere else in the
Oh,
world.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You
When
go
is
to
this?
you go to bed and get up the same, Chrissy. All right.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
I mean, different countries have different ways of living.
yeah,
Obviously, we all go to sleep and we get up and
yeah,
go about our lives and stuff like that. But I find it
yeah,
very interesting.
yeah.
Um, um,
I mean, we have the very, very fortunate tradition of wearing masks when you have a cold.
wow.
That's why it's not a big problem for anyone here to just wear a mask all the time now, because we do that just to not get like Japanese people do that to be able to work without getting other people sick. So the mindset is already there, which is very helpful in these also trying times.
Can I ask a question? Is it really as clean? Is Japan? Is it really clean as it looks?
um, it's got its dirty corners like any country.
Sure.
Um, but considering how very few public trash cans there are everywhere, it is very clean.
Wow.
Because you will have a hard time finding a trash can. The only place are like stations and stuff like that. Like finding a trash can is a real feat.
Wow. Well, it looks very clean.
It is.
Yeah.
And we have like there's always people like at the stations, they will clean everything. You know, it's like I think when this whole pandemic started, they were talking about how they cleaned the New York subway for the first time in who knows how many years. The trains in Japan are cleaned every night.
Wow.
So they are cleaned every night. You do not see any dirty trains. There is no trash
Wow.
on Japanese trains.
Wow. Which is, well, that's, wow. Wow. Well, I suppose that comes to respect, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Like the customer is the highest form of honor for businesses. So everyone's always trying to do the best for the customer, which includes the trains.
Right. Wow. Wow. Anne says, Joanna, have you seen, okay, Moomin? Moomin?
But the Moomins are a Finnish story, right? They're super popular in Japan. They're super, super popular, but I think they are Finnish or Scandinavian. I'm not sure. But yeah, they're super popular in Japan.
Wow.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, I've heard Moomin are a huge thing in Japan too. Yep.
Yeah. They are. They're very, very popular. You can find them everywhere. There's like advertising and stuff. They're like Hello Kitty here.
Okay. And Wendy says, you have to remember the Japanese culture is taught respect from a very young age, and that carries on throughout their life. There you go.
Yes. It's like when you, I don't know if you know this about Japanese schools, but like it's tradition to clean the classroom with the whole class. Like they all get on their knees and hands and knees and they scrub the floor by hand, like from a very, very young age on. And they serve each other lunch and stuff like that. So it's always about the community. And of course, you have your misfits, and there's obviously a not so good side to all of this.
Yeah.
But in general, that's just like the community is the biggest part.
Wow. But that's like everywhere, isn't it? You've got all of that all over the place, all over the world. Sergio says, Chrissy also and Joanna, is it true that your trains are basically airplanes on tracks?
Some of them, yes. Some of them.
You mean like as in like they're super fast? Is that what you're saying?
Yes. They're super fast. They're super fast, and you can hardly hear that, like you hardly notice that you're moving. And
really?
They have the same layout too. It's like just 2 seats on each side out the window, and it's like they're expensive too, so that's also close to trains.
There you go. Okay. Oh, and Anae says, yes, it's originally Finnish characters, the Moomin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Geez, I'm learning a lot. I didn't know about Moomin.
Yeah. They're very, very cute. They're like wood creatures.
Oh.
Very, very.
Okay. All right. Does anyone else have any questions for us, or for Joanna more so? So what are you doing there now?
I'm still putting like I have like smoothened out the shadows now.
Yeah.
So, oh god, I feel so bad that it's so blurry, and it used to be so good, and now it's like just.
Oh look, you had it there before.
Yeah, I think it doesn't really matter.
No.
Like,
okay.
Too bad.
That's all right. No worries. No, all good. No worries.
I see. Yeah. So it's just I'll share the process.
I like how you move with your fingers, like moving.
Yeah, it's like the futuristic computer movements.
Wow.
But it's pretty much the same, like on tablets and everything. So.
Okay, and now how do you? What's the setup there? What is that setup?
What do you mean?
Like is that connected to a computer, or is it just the Wacom tablet and that's it?
Yes, it's just that. Like this tablet in itself is a computer. So this is a whole computer in itself. It's just this thing. And because it's so small, it's like a 16-inch tablet. It's got a pretty good processor. It's very skinny. Like this is it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So, but because it is like this, it was very expensive.
Yeah. You know what? You could, like, if you were like flying, say, if you were on an aeroplane flying and you wanted to do something, you just take your tablet and you can just draw on your tablet, couldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't want to take this one on the plane though, because it was too expensive. If I drop it, I would regret that forever.
Oh, okay. Would you drop it though? You'd probably hold it so close to yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. I would not let this anywhere. Like, but I used to take this to my boyfriend's house every once in a while,
Yeah.
and I would just get anxiety on the train
Oh,
because
gosh.
like if there are a lot of people and you'd like squish it, and because this is just a screen. If the screen cracks, it's over.
Oh, okay.
So that would be the end and a very expensive repair.
Oh my gosh. Wendy reckons I've lived a very sheltered life. You are correct.
That's not a bad thing.
Rob says, I love her fingers too. I just read that. He's also so cheeky all the time. Deb says, Joanne, it's Joanna, it's amazing to watch. Yes, it is.
Oh,
it is.
thank you.
It is.
Yeah, it's like we wanted to do screen sharing, like so that I can actually. That's the thing that I was a bit afraid of when we set this up, because I was like, it's not always easy to see, especially if I have a camera that's always adjusting to my hand, which is a bit of a problem. That's why I usually also screen share when it's just the screen of the content. But that didn't really work. It had like super bad lag, and it was hard to set up. So this is probably still the better option, even if it's hard to say, and I really apologize for that.
No, you're going fine. You're going fine. Sergio says, Chrissy and Joanna, how does it feel being
a famous artist? I don't know what that feels like.
No, neither do I. No more than you. Oh my goodness. Ah, dear.
Sergio, you have more followers on Instagram than either of us, don't you?
Yeah.
Sergio, how many followers do you have? Sergio.
Oh, yes. You
like you have like almost 500 followers, Sergio. You're like way more famous than I am.
There you go. There you go.
Also, you have only 60 posts. I have like 750, and I have 160 followers. I think Instagram shadow banned me. We talked about that last stream I did.
What does that mean?
It's not putting my posts into hashtags, so it doesn't matter if I put a hashtag into something, it will not show up in those hashtags.
Yeah, they you know, I mean, all these social media programs, they all put certain like blocks and like you know, Facebook and YouTube and the way people post and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Deb says, I use a Wacom tablet, but not the one where you work on screen. So, Deb, what model then are you working on? How different is it to Joanna's? CC, oh, he's about to gain another. There you go, CC. She's
absolutely. Like Sergio's art is great, so
yeah.
Better follow.
Heidi says, Joanna, excuse my ignorance. Is art your full-time job?
No, I'm not an artist's full-time job.
There you go. Will says, I'm enjoying the conversation and it's nice putting a face and voice to one of my favourite artists. There you go.
Except for the face on screen, which is just constantly just a white blob.
Can we just say hello to your face on screen again for the people? Yeah. Here we go. There she is.
It's very dark right now.
No, you're fine. You're fine. Wave. There she goes. Hello, Nanette. Hello, welcome. Laramie, welcome. Okay, I'll put you back on your screen.
Yeah, do that.
There you go. Okay, Sergi says, Chrissy, I ain't famous. I am just consistently making my presence known amongst the art world because I love making people laugh and having a good time. Yes, well, that's what it's all about, us having a good time.
Having a good time is the most important thing.
Absolutely. Tammy says, Joanna, can you recommend a starter drawing tablet?
It's really difficult because it always depends on what you're willing to, for one, like what level you are on and how serious you want to take it. If you've never drawn before, you can go with something that's like $50 or something, like $50, and get like really good results, but you can't have a screen. Which also works. It works fantastic. You just have to get used to it. The process is a bit different. That always works. And they're quite, like, you will always, for screen tablets, you will always have to pay a bit more. But if you have a computer, they're as low as, like, what, $400 for a good thing. And then you just need to decide what size you want. I would always, just from the feeling, recommend Wacom tablets, just because that's what I know, and I've only had like one tablet that I thought I wanted, and then I tried it, and it was really bad because it felt like drawing on glass. So I just ended up not using that in the end. I just sent it back.
Okay. Deb says, I use the Intuos and draw on it, but it's not directly on screen. It has the advantage of being much less expensive and the disadvantage of not drawing directly on your paper.
It's good that you say that, because I had an Intuos and I sent it to Chrissy.
Here we go.
That's what happened to my Intuos, because I liked it so much I wanted to give it away, and then I was on Chrissy's stream and Chrissy was like, yeah, I want to try.
Which so I'm actually, you know what, I haven't got to it yet. Can you believe it? I just haven't got to it yet. That's all right. You're doing a Wendy, calling me out. That's for sure.
It's just like, I just want to say I had the Intuos Pro Medium.
Yeah.
And that I used that for, I think, like 3 or 4 years, and it was definitely enough for what I was doing back then.
Well, I tell you what, I've it's been on my mind, and it's something I'm going to try it to see if I really like using doing digital artwork, because that's something which I think I'd really like to get into as well. Apart from everything else that I've got going in my head, and then I'll see how I go from there, because everyone keeps on talking about the Wacom, and I've heard good stuff about the Huion as well. Nanette says, Chrissy, how many more windows are you doing? Oh, look, I have got now behind Joanna's artwork, I've got some windows, and I'm still going ahead. So I want to finish this very soon. And there will be different ones. So this one is my musical one. So for people, and it doesn't really look like much at the moment, but using, I'm trying to do, what is it, bouquet? And I will soften these, but I just wanted nice defined circles. But yes, I've got a few more windows to do, Nanette. Yes. And different ones. They won't be the same like the one that you guys saw me do that time, which was painful for you to watch. I mean, here's another window here, so which I'm going to detail. But if I'm having a conversation here with Joanna, I would find it very hard to, believe it or not, do this window justice. So there you go. Oh, hello, Oksana. Welcome. Nice to see you. Hello. Sergio says, Chrissy, can we take a moment to appreciate Joanna's glove? Absolutely. Give us a geese. Oh, hang on. That's very Australian. A geese is give us a look.
Yeah, it's essentially the parchment paper that you have under your hand. That's
Right.
that's what it's for. It's like you need to have your fingers free, like the drawing fingers. But if you always have like your hand on the tablet on glass, for one, the tablet is warm, so you will be sweating,
Okay.
and this just prevents. For one, it's better for palm rejection on the screen, so it doesn't pick up when you're not supposed to pick it up, and when the pen's not supposed to pick up the movement. But mostly so it slides better. That's like the most important part.
That's so cool. Gosh.
Yeah.
Okay. Cece says, okay. Hello. Sorry. Deb says, okay. Hang on. Okay. Okay. Wendy says, I'm going to feel. Wendy says, Joanna, I do keep insisting that she uses it, but she refuses to pull it out. I think it's buried with her paper that is in a deep, dark drawer. It's not in a deep, dark drawer.
You know, Chrissy, it's like I gave you the tablet so you can try it, and I think you should at least try it once. But if you find that it's not for you, just give it to someone else. That is absolutely completely fine with me. So you don't have to like try and don't get anywhere or feel obliged to like do anything with it. If you think it's not for you, then that's absolutely okay with me.
No, but I have seen and your digital artwork is just lovely. And I have seen so many nice digital artwork. It's just amazing. Like it's just another medium which I just love to get into. And the thing is, for me, I've got to sit there and learn how to use it, and of course I haven't had time to do that. Yes, of
course. Yeah. Absolutely. And it's, as you say, it's just a medium, so it takes time. You need to learn to handle the brushes. You need to learn to choose a software. That's like the first thing. It's like, how do you know what you like if you don't try at least a few things? And that's just the thing. It's like you try paper and new pastels every week essentially, and you're always trying new things. So it's absolutely
okay. Well, you know what? All right, fine. Well, one of these days, I might do it on stream. How about that? Oh my gosh! Now that would be something, wouldn't it?
That's going to be a new setup for you too.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Okay. I don't want to miss. Okay. Okay, and Deb says, sorry, Chandri says, I have a Huey on. Love it so much. Well, there you go. Yeah. My God, Chandri, yeah.
Chandri also has an iPad, and I'm pretty sure she loves the iPad more than the Huey on.
Ah, interesting.
At least how it feels, I would imagine.
Do tell.
Chandri, do you love the iPad more?
There you go, Chandri. Deb says, Chrissy, don't rush that piece. Don't rush that piece. It's so interesting, and it would be. Don't worry, I'm not going to rush it. I promise you, I won't. This one is even more personal than any of the pieces that I've done so far. It means a lot. This piece means a lot to me.
That's good.
Yeah, well, you see, I haven't really grown attached to any of my artwork. The only artwork that I might be attached to is my logo, the one that I've done, my logo, the one that you see, that one, the eye, and this. Everything else I'm not attached to, apart from even my favourite piece. If somebody said to me, Chrissy, are you selling this? And I go, of course, everything is for sale except for those things. Yes. Yeah. Nanette says, Chrissy, I hope we don't see a stripper pole in any of those windows. Oh my gosh. See, your quick whips. How do you think of them so quickly like that?
Some people are just born with that talent.
You know how quick she is? She's so quick. She's so quick. Oksana says, Joanna, Joanna, look so nice. Where do you get your where do you get inspirations from for your digital art? But we've answered that, but we can answer it again, of course, because Oksana came in a little bit later on.
Yeah. Just everywhere. It's like I do like video games. That was like one of the big things that got me back into drawing, because I like the concept art of people making video games. And that was like one of the big things where I wanted to do digital art more again. But really just anywhere. Like, I have a lot of stuff going on in my head, so whatever comes to mind.
See, I'm not the only one.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not the only one.
Definitely.
Okay. Oksana says, I've got the same glove, but I'm not wearing like I thought I would. Okay. Do you do digital art as well, Oksana? Interesting. Do you? Okay. Wendy says, Joanna, don't let Chrissy fool you. She is using lack of time as an excuse. It's basically a mouse with a pen. Give or take. Fine, whatevs. Chandru says, yeah, you are right, Joanna. Okay. Rob says, question for Joanna. How long do you work on drawing on average?
Ooh, of course it depends on how busy I am with work, but I try to get at least 1 or 2 or 3 hours. And like usually I stop working, I turn my chair to my drawing area, and then I draw from end of work to I need to go to sleep because I have to get up for work again. So on a good day, it's like 2 or 3 hours a night.
There you go.
Yeah.
Okay. John asks, Chrissy, could you ask Joanna if she follows any digital artist? I have been watching swatches lately.
Swatches?
I don't understand, but is that swatches?
Swatches?
Okay, that's all right. Do you follow any digital artist?
Yes.
Who
a
is-
ton. I don't even know where to start on that one. I think the easiest would be if you just go to my Instagram and go on my follow list.
There you go. And with that, I've actually put Joanna's Instagram page and her social media details in the description box below for people who are interested in Joanna's work, which is lovely to have a look at. And plus, Joanna streams on Twitch from time to time, so look out for that. Okay, thank you for answering, Joanna. Sorry for no, Oksana, don't be silly. It's all good.
No.
Yeah. Wendy says, Nanette, you should be a guest on Chrissy's channel sometime. Would be fun to watch you give her your quips live. Well, if you want to, you can, Nanette. Yeah. You are invited one day. I'll be doing these once a month, so if you want to, you can.
That's so nice. That's really cool. Everyone should be on Chrissy's stream.
Yeah, I would love it. I love it. Oksana says, Chrissy, I got the glove not knowing it was for digital art. I just thought it looked cool. There you go.
There was this time last year or the year before. Time has lost all meaning at this point. But so this is the 2 fingers on the outside. Sometime last year, Kentucky Fried Chicken released the chicken glove, which is these 3 fingers. So you can make a full glove with an artist glove and the Kentucky Fried Chicken glove.
So what was the purpose in that?
I don't know. Probably just like if you hold your chicken like this, so you don't get dirty fingers.
Are you kidding me? Oh my gosh. That's so interesting.
I had to laugh so hard at that. I was like, wait a second.
Sergi says, Wendy, I second that. Come on, Nanette. We need to get at least one stream closed to demonetized. closer to monetize. Oh, okay.
Wait, are these streams monetized? That's really cool.
They do if you are naughty on them. Yes,
Yeah.
most definitely. All right. Okay. Okay. Everyone, wishing a lovely day. See you all. Okay, bye for now, CC. Thank you so much for popping by.
Bye, CC. Follow you on Instagram.
There you go.
Always nice seeing where CC is hanging out.
Yeah, we get updates, don't we? Which is really cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay, Oksana. I did try a digital painting of a hamster toy, very beginning, and haven't got back to doing it since then. I would love to give it another go. Yes. Yeah.
It's not easy. Like as we said before, it's like digital art is just another tool. You have to learn it like everything else. So there is no magic. I mean, sure, you can have some magic looking brushes, but overall it's not. It's just a tool. It's just a tool. Things don't get magically easier just because you do digital art.
Okay. Hello, Berthold. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly.
Chrissy, that's my dad.
Is it? Oh, hello there. Am I pronouncing the name correctly?
Yes.
Berthold. Oh, wonderful. Oh, hello, sir. How are you going? Nice to hear your voice and you're laughing. Oh, there you go. Isn't he so sweet? Isn't it nice when family come in and say hello? I love that.
Yes.
Okay. Nanette says she doesn't have the video set up. Okay, that's all right. No problem.
You can set up a stream with basically anything at this point. If you have a phone, you can set up a stream.
There you go.
No excuses. I'm hanging. My face cam is hanging as an iPad hanging from the wall. So
there you go. There you go. All right. So okay. All right. Okay. Well, there you go.
Yes, Chrissy, you talked about like how I move the canvas around,
yes.
Which I think is like you do that too sometimes, but you usually don't, which is something that I totally like. That's like master level artistry, because I need to move the canvas to have like a good stroke for my hand. And if I don't do that, I just can't draw properly.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah. I suppose, Yeah. Well, I move my body. How about that?
Yeah.
Instead, I move my body.
That's also a possibility. Yeah.
Nanette says, Chrissy, I still have a rotary phone.
But there is a computer there somewhere, because else she wouldn't be on the stream.
There you go. Getting called out now, Nanette. No, that's okay, my darling. That's all right. But yes, there you go. Sergio says, Nanette, I will be there to hold your hand if you need it. Well, there you go.
Yeah. And we're like all nice people, so there is like no fear. No fear.
Yeah. I'll look after you.
Yeah. Everyone will.
Yes.
Everyone will in the stream.
Yeah. Everyone's so understanding, which is nice. Which is really, really nice. So, you might wonder why I've got this, why I'm always wiping my little circle template here, is because I've, when I move my template, I actually have made other marks from the pastels that have come off, and so therefore I keep on wiping this. Get back to work, CoffeeCat.
What?
Get back to work. Laramie says, Joanna, do you also flip the image to make sure it is in proportion and even? That's a very good question.
Yes, I don't know if anyone noticed, I just did that right before.
Oh, I did. Oh,
so I just flip it. That's like one of the other things that I have on my remote. It's just like press, flip, press, flip.
see, look at that.
It's yes, I do that constantly.
That's so cool. That is so cool. That is so cool. Okay.
I'm just reading Wendy's reply now.
Oh, okay. Then it says, I'm feeling very afraid right now. Okay. Wendy
No.
says, you might want to check with Chrissy about everyone being nice. I really have you fooled. Don't I? Yes. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. Sergi says, Chrissy, if you ever get on your live stream, if I ever get on your live stream, I'm pretty sure the only two artists that would manage to make me blush would be Nanette and Wendy. That's right. They make me blush all the time. Well, actually, with Wendy now, it's just water off a duck's back. And Deb says, Chrissy, put something under your template. Oh, maybe, yes. Well, if I do that, yeah, I could do that. That's it. Now, that I would love. Oh, hang on. Now that I would love. Oh, yeah, okay. I probably have it somewhere and haven't figured it out. Not sure. I probably have it somewhere. What did I... Deb says, we'll hold your hand, Nanette. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Elise, hello there,
Hi,
my dear.
Elise.
Hey, another digital artist is here.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Hi, Sergi says, Chrissy, I love it when you use your news moderator voice. Okay. Oh, dear. Well, yeah. Oh, the remote feature, says Deb. Oh, okay.
Oh,
gotcha.
okay. Yeah. It's just like you can do all of this with a keyboard. Like it's just keyboard shortcuts on a remote. That's all it is. Like you can always do Control Z and use whatever key you have in your software to flip the canvas. In most programs, that's available.
Yes, Rob, you have made me blush. Actually, you have on more than one occasion. So, Elise says, okay, all right, no, that's it. Okay. Yes, you have. All right. We're getting very close to 12 o'clock. And do you mind if I just put your face back on just to say goodbye to everyone?
Yes, you can do that.
I can do that. All right.
Zoom out.
And let's have a look at what you've been doing so far.
I have not managed to do a lot as usual.
See, I'm not the only one. There you go.
Yeah, definitely. Streaming is hard. Is hard.
There you go. I just wanted to say thank you. So, first of all, thank you to Wendy and to Janice who are moderating the stream. They are just wonderful ladies that help us all the time. And I wanted to say a very special thank you to Joana CoffeeCat.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Thank you to you for having me on.
Oh, it's been an absolute pleasure. It's so enjoyable, and sharing your art and sharing your experiences, and people get to see your face and and your voice, and we all get to get to know you as well. John says, Dear Chrissy, Swatches is a digital stream hosted by Clint Learley. He does student paint overs. Never heard of that. Never heard of that. That's very interesting.
Yeah, I haven't heard of it. but that's interesting, definitely.
Yes. So I just wanted to say, thank you so much, everyone, for hanging around and having an art chat and asking questions and getting to, we all know each other very well. It's been lovely. So I just wanted to say thank you all, and I will be streaming again next week. So for everyone, bye for now, and I'll see you next week. Bye, Joanna.
Bye. Thank you.
Don't go away.